Kodak, the 131-year-old camera company, kicked off its patent sale late yesterday. And our next guest, Peter Conley, and his team at MDB Capital Group, an investment bank specializing in intellectual property, says that the digital imaging patents owned by Kodak may now be worth $3 billion in a sale. Well, from where we are joined now from Los Angeles by MDB Group Senior Managing Director Peter Conley. Peter, thanks so much for joining us here on In the Loop. Let's talk about all the news we've seen coming out on patents. Could we be in a bubble at this point?
Well, it has a sense of deja vu, but as we've seen from history, patent or bubbles can last for years, and it's our sense is that we're still early in the process. Second inning.
Well, Peter, it's Dominic here. One of the things that we have a concern about here is how you value a patent. I mean, they obviously trade like assets. Sometimes demand drives, the price up here. But how did you guys come up with a $3 billion price tag for those patents held by Kodak right now?
That's a good question. I think any rational discussion regarding valuation requires looking at supply and demand. In the case of Kodak, the supply side of the equation is fairly straightforward. Kodak's patent estate ranks 24th in the world with nearly 8,000 patents. And within digital imaging, its 1,100 patents rank number 1. And our research shows that patent value is logarithmic, meaning that with scale comes optionality, and that drives value. But it's not, while it's necessary, it's not a sufficient condition. And the real determinant of patent value has to do with quality. And so when we look at the basics of patents, a patent has to be novel, it has to be non-obvious, obviously, and it has to be of commercial value. And a key determinant of commercial value is something we call citations. In other words, the degree to which a company is cited by its competitors and others in the peer group or industry group, and the degree to which a company cites its own patents.
Peter, let me jump in there because you just hit on a key point here that I wanted to raise, which is, back in July you were saying it was unlikely that Kodak would generate the kind of bidding that put the Nortel patents into record-breaking territory. That was just a month ago. Do you still think that's true? Given all the news we got earlier this week with Google and Motorola Mobility, it certainly seems to have raised awareness about patent value.
Yes, we think if you actually get into the quality of Kodak's patents, and we've done more work since we were first interviewed about a month ago, some interesting things come to light. Specifically, when you look at the degree of citation activity within Kodak's digital imaging patent portfolio, it not only ranks number 1, but its citation activity is more than the next 12 companies put together within image analysis and digital imaging. And to us, that's a very strong determinant of value. When you get under the hood, as we had a chance to do, some other things have come to light. Specifically, the patents that Kodak have are foundational within digital imaging. The most highly cited patent is a patent that governs the transmission of camera images over a cellular network. And so when we look at who's citing this patent, it's been cited over 340 times. Apple alone has cited this patent over 100 times, Samsung over 50 times. And when you consider what's going on in the world between Apple and Samsung, we think these are the sort of patents that have strategic value.
All right, Peter, we got to leave it there, but do appreciate you joining us and taking the time out of your morning. That was Peter Conley of the MDB Capital Group.